So many agents they're worried about that next sale, that next transaction. And when you do that, they need that commission to pay the bills. And when you do that, you're self-serving, you're not watching the other. And when you get strong enough to be a consultant, as you pointed out to me, that I don't care what happens to me. I want to do what's best for you, and I'm going to tell you the good, and I'm going to tell you the bad. Yep. And if I'm not a fit, it's okay. I want what's best for you. And when you can do that, yep, boy, you are so much stronger and so much more believable. Is that fair?
You're much more attractive when you come from a want-based relationship versus a need-based. I mean, all of us have been in want-based relationships. Hopefully that's who you're married to or are in a partnership with. But I've been involved in need-based relationships, and those are extremely difficult, and they're extremely consuming, and it makes it hard to ever get ahead. And so to the point of it is that I believe that when you can let go of the financial benefit of talking to somebody and show up simply giving value, and everybody listening, please understand this. We've had clients that you do not ever wish to take on again. There's always a client that we can go back to. If I never had to deal with that type or that quality, whatever it was, you'd be like, I'd be a better person for it. And the reason we take on those clients is, to your point, Kevin, we take them on because we feel like we have to. We don't have a choice. But therein lies the intricacy of being able to go, I don't want to need that client. Therefore, the clients that I do want, that choose to work with me, I'm going to leverage that relationship because that's going to turn into another opportunity, so I don't have to ever go back to needing anybody.
Yep, absolutely. So, guys, what Doug's talking about here is you got to sit down. And what Doug made me do is sit down and outline, what are my value propositions? You probably need 5 or 6 to 10.
Correct.
Good ones, as you mentioned, being a consultant's one of them. Or, hey, I typically save my average buyer so many $1,000s on a purchase or whatever. And we came up, and I have found in working with the agents I work with, is we create value propositions, right? Isn't that what they need to do? Is that?
I believe you're 100% right. And it kind of goes back to that question. If you can't, and I used to practice this with my wife, I practice this with my team members. I always ask them, why should we work with you? Why should I use you on my team? Why should you be a part of my team? And I'm always looking for that understanding of what their purpose is. And I believe that if it sounds like everybody else, you're going to act like everybody else.